We're gonna get you on the right path and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna live an amazing life, okay? If you haven't been living the life that you want in all the past years, it doesn't matter. Throw it out the window. This year's a new year. Today's a new day. Tomorrow's gonna be a new day. And you're gonna learn how to be happy, okay?
I'm waiting on you, waiting on you. I said I'm waiting on you, waiting on you. Make a move. I'm waiting on you, yeah.
Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jo and I'm your new favorite mindset and self-improvement coach. And on today's episode, it's actually gonna be a little different. Actually, a lot of different. I've been slacking on content as far as YouTube. I am pretty active on my other social medias, but YouTube is one of those platforms that I really want to, just build a foundation on. I've been posting videos every 3, 4, 5 months, whatever. And this year I really want to commit to building my foundation on YouTube, but not only building my foundation, but building my community. And so today is, what is today? Today is January 22nd and it is 10:23 p.m. But I had an idea earlier today while I was working that I should start a series on here because earlier on, threads on Instagram, well, Instagram started threads. So it's like Twitter, but like Instagram, or should I say X, whatever. So I posted and shared some books that I've read throughout the last, 7 years on my journey to becoming who I am today. And, just books that I felt that really helped me. And one of the books that really stood out is this book here. And it's called 1,000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. So I thought, I always post about this book on my Instagram and things like that. And so I was like, I should make a YouTube video reading this book to share it with even more people because this book is truly amazing. And I'm going to show you in just a second. So this is the book. Take a look. And I also decided that I'm not even going to edit this video like I would my other videos because I feel like that was a barrier. And I think more creators are starting to just post raw videos. And if I mess up, I mess up. I won't die. But yeah, I'm really excited because this book has truly changed my life in the best way possible in the times where I just needed like a quick boost or, some motivation, inspiration. This book definitely has got me on track each and every single time. So I'm really so excited to share this with you. This is going to be a series, so you definitely want to hit subscribe. So go ahead and do that now. I'll wait. But yeah, you'll definitely want to subscribe and, just stay tuned so you don't miss part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, however long it takes me to finish this book. It's a decently, I wouldn't say hefty, but it's a big book, okay? There's 1,000 little things in here that are going to make you happy. So if you want to be happy, listen up. Quick background on the book. So again, it's called 1,000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. It is a New York Times bestseller. And I love this because it's actually a husband and wife duo. The authors are. So it's Mark and Angel Chernoff. I really hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. But they really seem like just an amazing couple. Even to like write this book, with your spouse, 1,000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. Like, I just know for a fact, like they just live a really positive, happy life. And that's what I truly care about. That's like literally me to the core, is just being happy. Like my biggest goal in life is to be happy. I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. If I'm happy, like genuinely happy, I'm good, right? Because I feel like anything on earth, if you're not happy, it's like, it doesn't matter, right? So, but quick little background of what they have on Amazon. And I will link this book because you'll definitely probably want this book because it's just amazing. But the description that they have for it on Amazon is New York Times bestselling authors Mark and Angel Chernoff deliver instant inspiration and powerful advice for becoming our best selves. Millions turn to Mark and Angel Chernoff for fresh, intimate insights for a fulfilled life. In this pithy and empowering guide, they collect the very best advice they've discovered on topics including overcoming setbacks, letting go of what's holding us back, nurturing relationships, finding time for self-care, cultivating passion in order to achieve our wildest dreams. I forgot to say and cultivating passion in order to achieve our wildest dreams. So yeah, I am going to read, let's see. I'm going to read half of chapter 1, maybe more, because like I said, this is going to be a series, so you're going to want to come back for the next part. But part 1 is called Happiness. So let's go ahead. We're going to, actually, you know what? I'm going to read the whole book. I was going to skip the introduction, but I feel like the introduction makes the book, right? So grab some tea, get comfy, and yeah, let's read this book and get happy. Okay, introduction. Millions of people live their entire lives on default settings, never realizing they can customize everything. Don't be one of them. Don't settle for the default settings in life. Dare to make edits and improvements. Dare to make your personal growth a top priority. I love this already. Okay, I'm done. The truth is, you won't always be a priority to others, and that's why you need to be a priority to yourself. Learn to respect yourself, take care of yourself, and become your own support system. Your needs matter. Start meeting them. Don't wait on others to choose you. Choose yourself today. Seriously, it's not your job to curb or contain yourself in order to become someone else's idea of a worthwhile human being. You are amazingly worthwhile and capable right now. Not because other people think you are, but because you are in full control of the next step you take. If you feel differently, or if you've been holding yourself back recently, realize that the real battle is in your mind, and your mind is under your control, not the other way around. You may have been broken down by adversity or rejection or stress, but you are not broken. So, don't let your mind or anyone else try to convince you otherwise. Heal yourself and grow beyond the default setting in life by refusing to settle for the way things have been. Choose to take up a lot of space, of positive space, in your own life today. Choose to give yourself permission to meet your own needs. Choose to honor your feelings and emotions. Choose to make self-care and personal growth top priorities. Choose to think better about yourself so that you can live better in spite of the challenges you face. And yes, we know that sometimes much easier said than done. Making positive change takes guidance and practice, and that's exactly what this book will help you and that's exactly what this book will help you achieve. One tiny step at a time. Are you ready for a great journey? Achieving real happiness and success in life is truly a wild one, a journey of unexpected and exciting twists and turns and vital lessons. Yes, it's wild how we outgrow what we once thought we wouldn't or couldn't live without. And then we fall in love with what we didn't even know we wanted. Life keeps leading us down paths we would never travel if it was up to us. Don't be afraid. Don't let your expectations about everything should be blind you to the beauty of the life you're living. Have faith and trust the journey. And of course, if you're struggling with trusting the journey and you're taming your expectations right now, know that you are not alone, and many of us are here with you, working hard to let go, finding more presence and acceptance, and getting our thinking back on track. Let us share a quick metaphor with you that we often share with our course students and live seminar attendees. Imagine you had a ripe, juicy tangerine sitting on the table in front of you. You go to pick it up eagerly and take a bite and begin to taste it. You know how a ripe, juicy tangerine should taste, and so when this one is a bit tartar than expected, you make a face, feel a sense of disappointment, and swallow it, feeling cheated out of the experience you expected. Or perhaps the tangerine tastes completely normal, nothing special at all. So you swallow it without even pausing to appreciate its flavor as you move on to the next unworthy bite and the next. In the first scenario, the tangerine let you down because it didn't meet your expectations. And in the second, it was too plain because it met your expectations to a T. Do you see the irony there? It's either not good or not good enough. This is how many of us live our lives, unhappily and unsuccessfully. It's why so many of us feel let down, disappointed, and unexcited about almost everything. Because nothing really meets our expectations. Now, imagine if you tried this instead. Remove your expectations of how the tangerine should taste. You don't know, and you don't expect to know because you haven't tried it yet. Instead, you're genuinely curious, impartial, and open to a variety of possible flavors. You taste it and you truly pay attention. You notice the juiciness, the texture of the pulp, the simultaneously tangy, tart, and sweet flavors swirling on your tongue, and all the other complex sensations that arise in your awareness as you chew. You didn't know how this tangerine would taste, but now you realize it's different from the rest. And it would taste. But now you realize it's different, sorry. And it's remarkable in its own way. It's a totally new experience, a worthwhile experience, because you've never tasted this tangerine before. Mindfulness experts often refer to this as, quote, beginner's mind. But really, it's just the result of a mind set free of needless stifling expectations. The tangerine, of course, can be substituted for almost anything in life. An event, any situation, any relationship, any person, any thought at all, any thought at all that enters your mind. If you approach any of these with the expectation of how it, quote, should be, or, quote, how it has to be in order to be good enough for you, they will almost always disappoint you in some way, or be too plain and unexciting to even remember. And you'll just move on to the next disappointment or unworthy life experience, and the next, and the next, and so on forth, until you've lived in the vast majority of your life stuck in an endless cycle of experiences you barely like or barely even notice. Next part's called a better way. The good news is there is a happier and more successful way to think and live. When we add up more than a decade's worth of one-on-one coaching sessions with students, open conversations with our readers, and the annual live seminars we host, we have lots of experience when it comes to assisting people through pain points that have been holding them back. And one of the most prevalent pain points that we've seen unfold over the years is what we've just discussed: expectations gone wrong. In fact, most of what we describe as our, quote, biggest problems are the direct consequence of how we react to life on an average day. Yes, sometimes there are major tragedies to cope with, but most of the time, the only real problem is our mindset and resulting behaviors in the present moment. Exercising your mental strength, your inner resilience, is key. And you don't have to be born mentally strong either. You can develop this vital character trait with daily practice. Is it easy? Not exactly, but it's worth it. And it all starts with facing the present moment fully, with genuine presence and acceptance. Even when times are relatively good, one of the hardest challenges we face in life is to simply live in our own skin, to just be right here, right now, regardless of where we were. Too often we aimlessly distract ourselves with anything and everything: food, booze, shopping, television, gossip, news, social networks, video games, smartphones, tablets, anything to keep us from being fully present. We use compulsive work, compulsive exercise, compulsive love affairs, and more to escape from ourselves and the realities of living with full presence. In fact, many of us will go on to great lengths to avoid the feeling of being alone with ourselves in an undistracted way. For being alone means dealing with our true feelings, fears, anxieties, anticipations, uncertainties, frustrations, envy, and disappointment. And when harder times hit, things spiral even further out of control. On the flip side, we can exercise our mental strengths, muscles, and gradually grow to understand that finding peace, happiness, and success in life does not mean to be in a place where there's no noise, no hardship, no unfinished business. It means to be in the midst of those things while remaining focused in your mind and calm in your heart. It is about letting go of the picture in your head and about how things were, quote, supposed to be, and facing the present moment's challenges with presence and poise. Next part, presence is everything. Begin by noticing with curiosity and without judgment all the ways in which you avoid being in your own skin, with your own issues, right here, right now, in this present moment. Then focus carefully on what you're truly feeling. Don't numb yourself with distractions or expectations, but instead bring how you feel further into your awareness. Make yourself the number one priority in this moment. Turn to the moment fully and welcome it. Smile and give what you feel your full, thoughtful attention. Because if you don't allow yourself to move past what happened, what was said, what was felt, you will look at your present future through the same dirty lens, and nothing will be able to focus your foggy judgment. Bottom line, what you do now matters more than what happened yesterday. And what you do now is your choice. Yes, it is your choice. And if you're choosing to complain, to blame, to be stuck in the past, to act like a victim, to feel anger, to ignore your intuition, to give up, then it's time to choose differently. Choose to do the little things you need to do to take a step forward in the present. When you treat the present moment with respect, when you respond to it effectively, you truly get the chance of a lifetime. Recently, we were reminded of this moment in the most beautiful way. We were sitting on a park bench near our home in South Florida, eating a picnic lunch, when an elderly couple pulled up their car under a nearby oak tree. They rolled down the windows and turned up some jazz music on the radio. Then a man got out the car, walked around to the passenger side, helped the woman out of her seat, and guided her about 10 feet away from the car. They slow danced for the next half hour under the oak tree. It was truly a sight to see. We could have watched them forever. And as they wrapped things up and started making their way back to the car, we clapped our hands in admiration. The elderly couple slowly walked over to us with smiles on their faces. Quote, "Thank you for the applause," the woman chuckled. "Thank you," Angel immediately replied. "You two dancing gives us hope." They both smiled even wider as they looked at us. "Well, us dancing gives us hope too," the woman said as she grabbed the man's hand. "Because what you don't realize is that you just witnessed the power and beauty of second and third chances." They went on to explain that they had each lost beloved spouses in their case, 2 of them over the years. They had come together in marriage just 3 years earlier, kindred souls who found each other after what felt like losing everything. Angel and I spent the next few days thinking about that beautiful couple and the second and third chances, and how human beings find the motivation to keep going, to keep loving, to keep living in the present, despite the pain and grief and hopelessness and stress we all inevitably experience along the way. And this topic hits close to home too. And then this part is their story. A decade ago, in a relatively short time frame, we faced several significant unexpected losses and life changes back to back. Losing a sibling to suicide, losing our best friend to cardiac arrest, financial uncertainty following a breadwinning job loss, breaking ties with a loved one who repeatedly betrayed us, family business failure. Those experiences were brutal, and enduring them in quick successions, sorry, I can't read, obviously, successions knocked us down and off course for a period of time. For example, when Angel's brother died, facing this reality while supporting her grieving family was incredibly painful at times. There were moments when we shut out the world and avoided our loved ones who were grieving right alongside us. We didn't want to deal with the pain, so we coped by running away and finding ways to numb ourselves with alcohol and unhealthy distractions. And consequently, we grew physically ill while the pain continued to fester in us. We felt terrible for far too long, and getting to the right state of mind, one that actually allowed us to physically and emotionally move forward again, required diligent practice. We had to learn how to continuously free our minds so that we could think straight and open ourselves to the present opportunities in front of us. We learned that when you face struggles with an attitude of openness, open to the painful feelings and emotions you have, it's not comfortable, but you can step forward. Openness means that you admit that you don't really know what the next step will be like, and you'd like to understand the whole truth of the matter. It's being fully present and willing to learn and grow. One step at a time. The simplest way to initiate this mindset shift, little daily reminders. It's all about keeping the right thoughts at the top of your mind so they're readily available when you need them the most. For us, especially when we are in the thick of things, that meant sitting down quietly with ourselves every morning and evening and reflecting on precisely what we needed to remember. We use short written reminders, which were collected in this book, to do just that. Sometimes we'd like to call them mantras, or affirmations, or prayers, or convictions. These daily reminders kept us motivated and on track by helping us stay grounded with peaceful and productive thoughts at the top of our minds, even when life got utterly chaotic. And we've witnessed the power of this practice unfold time and time again in other people's lives too, through our blog, workshops, and an earlier version of this book as well. We've heard powerful stories of readers facing serious health challenges and other potentially catastrophic issues. Their experiences are a reminder that even when harsh circumstances threaten to bring us down or to the lowest of lows, we can keep our minds focused on the positive and open our hearts and continue to put one foot in front of the other to recover the pieces, rebuild, and fight back with more strength and determination than we imagined possible. So, if you're currently struggling, hang in there. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to us in the long run is not getting exactly what we want right now. Make today the beginning of a new chance. Take time to be present with yourself. Take time to eliminate the old expectations getting in your way. Take time to love, laugh, cry, learn, and work for what you need right now. We hope the simple reminders in this book will help you find genuine peace and progress no matter what you're facing. Digest a few pages at a time and mull over the ideas that move you, and gradually turn them into positive rituals in your life. Wow, that was just the introduction. Wow. And this is why I just have to share this book with you guys. Like, just amazing. I'll just read the first part, and then next time we'll read the second part, and that'll be the part 2 of this series. I just want to make these not too long, but long enough. And yeah, so you come back for more, and we build a bond, and yeah. All right. 1,000 little things happy, successful people do differently. Part 1 is labeled happiness. Wake up every morning with the idea that something wonderful is possible today. All right. This first part here. 5 character traits that make you happy. When we look into the mirror, it's often our character, or lack thereof, that speaks the loudest. But not all character traits are created equal, at least not insofar as happiness is concerned. Based on a decade of one-on-one coaching experiences with students and clients, we found that the following are those traits we are convinced will have the greatest impact on your happiness. First, courage. Fear is the great thief of happiness. It sneaks in closed doors and robs us of resolve and the commitment and ability to endure the challenges we face. Courage, on the other hand, is fear's great nemesis. It allows us to challenge our comfort zones, approach people and situations, embrace life, and accept the pain that's inevitable in all our lives. Without courage, happiness is a little more than an illusion. 2, patience. Impatience is a major bully to happiness. It pushes happiness out of the neighborhood almost as soon as it shows up. But learning to accept and allow to go with the flow and relax a bit is critical to living a happy life. Impatience is often the irritation we feel at the loss of control. But if life bubbles and gurgles in ever-changing and unpredictable ways, it is simply not 100% controllable. The more we try to control the outcome of events that boil up around us with any kind of precision, the more frustrated we feel. So breathe, relax, take it in, be patient, learn to accept uncertainty, and buddy up to the unpredictable. Let life happen, at least a little. You'll find that much more beautiful and joyful when you do. Number 3, gratitude. I love this. I just love gratitude. Okay. To be grateful is to notice the good amid the bad, the color against the backdrop of gray, the lovely even surrounded by the ugly. It's to count your blessings and recognize how beautiful life is, even when life isn't going quite as planned. Learning to be grateful requires seeing what isn't always on the surface. It requires retraining your mind to think about the silver linings in life, letting it permeate your mind, your mindset, and the overall way you experience life. When we're grateful, our problems don't disappear. They simply occupy less space in our hearts, minds, and lives. Number 4, love. To recognize love, I cannot read. To recognize love to living a happy life, just imagine a life lived without it. Imagine a hateful, loveless life of happiness. Impossible, right? The more love that beats in your heart, the happier, the more buoyant your heart will be. The more you love life, the more life will love you back. Love overlooks weakness and closes its eyes to everything else. It accepts, seeks, and empowers what's best in others. Last but not least, number 5. Drumroll please. Forgiveness. People who hold on to pain, who nurse their wounds, who call out the troops to seek vengeance for the wrong done to them, may win battles here and there, but the war against unhappiness will largely be lost before it is even started. Refusal to forgive leads to a self-imposed imprisonment. It's time we freed ourselves by letting old pain dissipate into the darkness, so that new opportunities can take us to greater heights of joy. So, have you forgiven your parents for their shortcomings? Have you forgiven the playground bully, or the difficult ex, or your neighborhood children, or the inconsiderate neighbor? If you haven't, you're picking at open wounds so that they can only irritate, infect, and fester. Instead, open your heart to forgiveness. Then your heart will finally be open enough to catch its share of happiness as well. Wow. That's all I can say. Because this book, Mark an angel. If you ever watch this, I love you guys. I don't know you guys, but I love you because we read like 2% of this book, and somebody's life is probably going to be changed just off 2% of, not even, maybe like 1%, because that was like part 1. That was like part 1 of part 1. So this is going to be an amazing series, and if you truly enjoyed what I've read so far today, then you are in for quite the time. Oh, my camera turned off. I have storage, but I don't know what happened. But yeah, you are in for quite the time because there's just so much. If you like that little part that we just did, there's so much value in this book, and I guarantee that your life will literally transform from this book, because I know some transformations happen within the little portion that I've read so far today. So thank you so much, so much for spending the time with me this evening, and you know, just learning how to be happy and live a good life, because that's what this page is about. I'm for, you know, I'm for the girls, but whoever ends up on this video, I hope that you find massive value. And yeah, stick around, because part 2 of our reading sessions, or whatever you want to call it, of learning how to be happy is going to be even better, and then the next one's going to be even better, and it's just going to get better and better and better and better. And this year's going to be an amazing year. So we're going to start up with this book in January to teach you how to be happy this year and how to stay happy. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be putting out so much content this year. I was going to record Saturday, so I was like, oh, let me just wait. And I'm like, no. Someone needs to hear me read this book. There's someone out there right now that's watching this video. You're not happy, but we're gonna get you on the right path, right? Me and this book and all the other YouTube videos that I'm putting out this year, we're gonna get you on the right path, and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna live an amazing life, okay? If you haven't been living the life that you want in all the past years, it doesn't matter. Throw it out the window. This year's a new year. Today's a new day. Tomorrow's gonna be a new day, and you're gonna learn how to be happy, okay? So, love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll have some links down below. Also, if you want to buy this book, I'll link it below for you. So if you want to join the series and read along with me, I would love that. But comment down below and tell me one thing that you took away from today's part 1 series. I would love to know, because I already know you got value. I just want to know which part stood out to you the most. So yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Again, hit subscribe. All my links are down below. So make sure that you check me out, follow me on all my other socials. And yeah, let's get happy this year.